positive input into ourselves. Positive goodness is active. It's not just saying it. It's that the willpower follows with the mind to achieve the end result. Just saying it is not good enough. She says you have to have courage and be resolute. This is HPB. And here's Mr. Crosby telling us you have to be positive and give the mind the dictate that you need to achieve. It cannot follow any other way. It cannot follow a path any other way unless it is just that. So this is the conception of the new year, and it is for the time followers. The Theosophical New Year is the 4th. We're told January 4th ought to be followed by the Theosophists as their new year. January is under the sign of Capricornus, the mysterious Makara of the Hindu mystics, the Thekumaras being stated having incarnated in mankind under the 10th sign of the zodiac. For ages, 4th of January has been sacred to Mercury, Buddha, or Thoth Hermes. Thus everything combines to make of it a festival to be held by those who study ancient wisdom. Who are the Thekumaras? They belong to the constellation Capricorn. They are the mystic sons, mind-born sons of Brahma. And what did they do for us? They lighted the mind in humanity. So, are the mystic sons of Brahma, born from his mind, that lighted mind in humanity after the middle point of the third race, when men and women, when the hermaphroditic human separated into male and female, and later on became men and women, procreating its species in the manner that we do now. Now, this is a very crucial stage in our lives, this 21st century, and we are told as to why. We are told that a lot of diverse ideology in the world exists, that it is tough to sift through what is true and what is not true. Krishna in the Gita says, when your heart is concentrated on me alone, you will know that you have entered the path. In other words, don't worry about what is being taught or what is going to be taught. So what is he exactly telling us to do? Which part should I erase this bit here? Who's Krishna in the Gita? The higher self. Who is the higher self? The ray that is incarnate of the Father that Christ referred to in his parables. The Christ principle in the heart of each human being is a ray from the source. That is why we're all one. Our spiritual identity is one. Only the physical looks different. The light inside that HPV recommends we make resplendent through the year is in the heart. Krishna says, put all of your attention in me. Who is the light? The Father. Christ says, be as perfect as your Father in heaven. Well, it's right here in the heart. This Father is the ray. heart are we talking about here? I always go here, but there's a spiritual heart that supports this physical one. Do we not have an electromagnetic aura around us? We have an astral body. This magnetic aura is there. It's the physical heart supported by the spiritual heart. So we have a spiritual heart. He sits, it is stated in our previous talk, in the 8 lotus heart. When the heart opens, what has it become? The knowledge that we have learned has actually incarnated in the heart. We have become the server of the higher self. In humility and humbleness, we follow the route shown by the higher self. This then is the karmic and privileged ascendancy that humanity is going to show in the monastic age. So that is why the Thekumaras or Buddha, Hermes is appropriate, because they indicate the wisdom of the heart. This is called the Heart Doctrine, and that is why it is called the Heart Doctrine. And she says that this point will come to each and every human being when the knowledge of the heart opens it and you become the server. Now, there's an article called The Need of the Cycle. And we are told in that article that the students of Theosophy has undertaken a tremendous task. And here it goes. Theosophists need be haunted by no doubts as to where their duty lies, what they must do. The body of knowledge which they have undertaken to transmit to the world offers certain crucial ideas of teachings which alone can save the coming races. The task is to spread those ideas. When we listen to the sermons of all of the different denominations, it is very apparent that majority of people still believe in an anthropomorphic God which is outside of ourselves and controls human beings. This student did listen to one this morning just to ensure myself that indeed that is still the same way. We're told here, knowledge of the law of karma brings patience and strength to the suffering, courage to workers for good, and responsibility to the powerful. It is the equalizer of conflict, the foundation of justice, and the balm of private and social wrongs. Conviction of this truth makes it possible for a man to begin living a constructive life, whatever his circumstances. For the believer in karma, achievement and progress are not dependent upon any force in heaven or earth outside himself. Karma is not a contingent truth or law, it is the ultimate law. So, what needs to happen in the 21st century in order for us to claim our birthright, regardless of under whatever denomination we were born, is that karma and reincarnation has to become part of that ideology that the human being embraces in the heart. Without this, the mind, the monastic impulse cannot do its work. Reincarnation is the key to understanding the law of karma. Without the doctrine of successive lives on earth, the basic intuition that justice is inherent in nature must remain without support from the lifetime's experience. the conception of soul and egoic evolution gains substance and structure from this teaching. So it is necessary that humanity, as a general rule, understand the potentiality of the human soul, its evolutionary process. In other words, what is the highest that it can achieve? It's emancipation of the soul we're talking about here, or perfectibility. Without karma and reincarnation, that can take place. So it says here, karma and reincarnation are not a plan for the distant future, a constitution for utopia, nor a chart of the heavenly regions. These teachings mark the path to realization of every ideal and offer self-compelling reasons for traveling upon it. In the practical applicability of the Gita, we come to the Kurukshetra, or the field of operation, where this opportunity for the soul is provided, because the soul has done all of its work. Now it is ready for the fight, and it's going to undertake it. But if karma and reincarnation is not part of that heart ideal, it will not be able to accomplish the task. Then we go to the discussion of the technological age. This is the we're not talking about the 19th century, we now are in the 21st century. Our technology is superb. Computers have made it a universal communication and socialization field that was not available to the world before, but it also has its responsibilities. What has it done, though? When you think about it, what has it done? What has this age done? It's mechanized everything. It has mechanized our lives. What is necessary for the human soul in this evolutionary process? We are told that the imagination is the king faculty. Imagination is not used in the 21st century because we have become cogs in the machinery of the societal norm, and each individual gets up and goes about his or her business, but there is not much imagination used in their daily lives. Imagination is missing. What else contributes to this dilemma that we're suffering? Truly, it is a dilemma we're suffering from, because solutions to the problems and the enigmas of our social condition in life in the 21st century requires cooperative individuals using their imagination to come up with solution to our problems. The education system, she says, is lacking. What does our education system teach? What is its basic principle? Memory. Memory. Everything is memorized. We're expected to memorize. She says memory at that level kills the imagination. So we're killing the imagination in order to feed our children information, and she says it's unnecessary to do that. That each human soul is here with potential, and we're here to develop this potentiality of the soul in each of our children. And let's see. To this dilemma, scientific world also adds. Why? When you turn the TV on, they are talking about humanity coming from apes. So how are they looking at humanity?